So today James's parents get back from a week-long trip to Cape Town, and we are surprising them and letting them know that there's going to be a special arrival come November. So let me show you what we left in their room.
Aww. What? Oh my god!
What? Go look in the bedroom. Oh wow!
Oh my god! What? I have to leave.
Good morning! So I'm going for my daily walk, and we're actually 2 days away from me having to leave the country. So this is really unexpected, and the reason I'm filming this on my walk is because it's actually a surprise for James as well, which is super exciting. But basically what happened is I came into the country on a tourist visa, applied for extension like almost right when we got back into the country so that I can be here for another 3 months. Unfortunately right now the South African government is backed up like 60,000 visa applications. So people that are applying for long-term visas have still been waiting back to hear like on their long-term visas about if they can stay in the country since like 2017, which is literally crazy. We spent like 5 days calling all the consulates, all the embassies, all the home affairs, all the VFS offices, everything. Couldn't get through to anybody for the longest amount of time. And finally, after like the 5th day of calling, James was able to get through, and they basically said, do not overstay your visa. So if it ends on the 15th, you need to be out of the country by the 15th. So at this point, I was freaking out because I didn't know where I was gonna go. I was trying to plan to go to the UK to visit my friend, but she, because of circumstances out of her control, wasn't going to be available to help me stay with her. So then her and I were looking at plans to see, okay, maybe we can meet somewhere. And then I talked to my boss about it, and she's like, it's okay, like just make light of it, do like a fun honeymoon or like a pre-wedding honeymoon, and just do something fun. And that's when I was like, oh my god, yes, that's what feels amazing, is to surprise James and take him on a surprise honeymoon. So he has no idea in 2 days we are going to be leaving for Mauritius for 6 days. And we're basically kind of doing like the all-inclusive type thing, just everything's done and paid for up front. And this was a big lesson for me too, because I have like limited US dollars left, which I've been saving to try and build our house. And the universe is like, nope, no more holding on to that crutch. You know, like I lived off of this savings from when I was a hairstylist in Chicago 2 years ago. So it's been almost 2 years that I've still been able to use that money, and I've used it for rent, I used it for traveling around the world, for camping. I paid like my partner's bills with it. There's so much I did with that money, and I've been like holding on to the last couple thousand because I'm like, I want to build this house. And the universe is saying, no, like let the money go, start fresh with new energy, new money. And so this is like a lesson for me, is like, know that there's always more out there. There's always more abundance coming. And so I booked a spontaneous trip, booked the flights to Mauritius, and this was like less than a week ago. So in a week, we are now going on a 6-day honeymoon to Mauritius, which I'm sure we'll film and video, and we'll probably be in part of this whole thing. But yeah, you guys, James doesn't know about any of this, so I'm so excited in 2 days to surprise him.
This one.
This one.
Oh, my backpack.
Yeah.
Why you need what?
You're gonna need your backpack because we're going to Mauritius.
You funny fucker.
I'm being serious. I'm not going to the UK. We're going to for a 6-day short honeymoon to Mauritius. I'm being serious.
Oh, baby.
Your parents are taking us Saturday morning to the airport.
Okay, I can live with it.
Remember I'm saying you
No
said...
surfing.
No swimming. But lots of snorkeling and swimming.
Okay.
No sex.
Are you just like a little bit pleased?
Beats working. Everything's in there, you sure?
Yep.
Including all the copies.
Mm-hmm. So we made it to Mauritius.
We did indeed.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother. Tastes like toothpaste.
You said that we're leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go home with the next work.
Oh.
It means I gotta pack my bags. And be all neat and shit. I want to stay here forever. With my baby and some of the turtles. Yeah. Are you sad to be leaving? You still look pretty though.
So we finally made it
Back in Joburg.
back in Joburg after our Mauritius trip, and we are now staying at the lodge that I stayed at after meeting him for the first time. And when I finally made the decision to go back to the States instead of staying here in South Africa and coming to see him. So at this time, this was the last part of the surprise that James didn't know about, was that
It is indeed.
I booked us a stay here, and what I did last time I stayed here was he had given me a rose quartz stone, and I left it in one of the planter boxes outside, and so we're gonna go look for it now, see if we can find it. Let's
Wish
go.
us luck.
Okay, so it would have been this one, I think. But we're gonna need it's literally right there on top. Look at that. Literally, right there on top. We didn't even have to dig at all.
That's so cool. And they're still right there.
Yeah, literally.
Waiting for us.
Just right there. Look at that. It's so crazy.
I'm really glad we found that.
And someone must have been in here, because I really like I tucked it in like down here when I put it in there. And it is literally just surfaced on the top of the thing.
It was waiting for us.
Yeah. Easy peasy. All right.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy.
let's go have dinner now.
Yeah. I'm so glad about that.
I really thought maybe Buddy was gonna have done like the landscaping and we would just not have it anymore. It's literally right on top. Look at that.
Yay!
Amazing.
Right on top for us.
Yeah. Just right there. Yeah, it was just
Oh, well done.
amazing. So we are back from Mauritius and
With Mauritian tea.
with our Mauritian caramel and honey tea, and it is the morning after we got back. I slept for like over 13 hours,
Something like that.
and we are now walking over to the property. It's been over a week since we've been over there, and we're gonna go take my baby bump photo because we just hit 12 weeks.
12 weeks and 1 day, that is.
12 weeks and 1 day.
Don't forget the 1 day.